it's just a great week for the Bengals, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with. I won't speak for Garrett, but I agree with almost everything you said. I think the trend in the league is going to be interesting because you're talking about getting an inside guy. Maybe you can put Wallace Gilberry back there. With the way the league is going right now, where quarterbacks are getting rid of the ball quicker, offenses are not relying on the 5-7 step drops as much anymore. Quarterbacks are getting rid of the ball quicker. The rush almost has to come from the inside anymore. I think it's going to be interesting in the next 4 or 5 years. Defensive ends right now are the second highest paid position group in the NFL because we put such a huge premium on guys who can rush off the edge and get to the quarterback. I think you're going to see a trend towards defensive tackles getting paid because now that's where the rush has to come from. And Geno Atkins is a big part of that. To me, when you talk about him defensively, it comes down to, can Geno be Geno, and is Vontaze Burfict going to be healthy and available?
That's why I was kind of compared it to Joey Votto earlier. You need your Joey Votto back, and that was Geno Atkins. I think Michael Johnson certainly helps on the edge, and as John Thornton said, you have Carlos on one side, Carlos Dunlap on one side does his thing. You bring back Michael Johnson and let guys get back to their normal positions. But if Geno can get back to pre-2014, pre-injury Geno Atkins, we maybe he'll never get back to there, get all the way back to that, but better than last year. And maybe there was a problem with him last year, taking on double teams. He obviously gets that a lot. So, they do interior pass rush, and we haven't mentioned Domata Pecco.
Yeah,
just doesn't get it done.
Kind of just a guy at this stage.
Yeah.
Great guy. Kind of just to use Paul Gunther's terminology about Geno Atkins.
Just another guy.
I just wonder, can you do better than him? And I mean, that's why Nick Fairley was here. They clearly recognized the need for help on the interior of that defensive line. I'm glad they didn't give Nick Fairley what the Rams did. I think the Johnson deal, I mean, you think about that, 4 years, $20 million. That's a steal.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's not bad, especially based on, what Michael Johnson got at Tampa Bay just a year ago. It's going to be interesting. Probably the greatest thing to watch on the Bengals, at least the Bengals defense this year, 43 sacks 2 years ago and then 20 last year.
Yeah.
Drop to dead last is beyond me. Boy, you basically lose, you only lose on the roster one guy. Yeah. And that was Michael Johnson. And Geno Atkins wasn't the same. Carlos Dunlap was good, but not as consistent.